guys, it's Halloween and I have a bunch of looks that I have been putting together to make videos on. Some of them are shit, some of them are good, so I'm going to be doing 2 this week. The first one is obviously this sexy glam Victoria's Secret angel look. So I got this look for so cheap. I'm basically just going to show you my makeup look, but just so you guys know, what I'm wearing is a pink Victoria's Secret robe, except it's not Victoria's Secret, it's AliExpress. I got this robe for freaking, I think $9. And honestly, it's like the best thing I've ever purchased. It has, okay, not really, but you know, it has like a little VS diamond logo here. It says like Victoria's Secret Fashion Show 2012 on the back. I'll show you guys that after. And it's honestly just the perfect length. It's just perfect for like a couple nights. Like this is not something that you wear around the house every day. Like this is just for like Halloween and just for fun. So yeah, I did this for super cheap. Put some knee-high boots on, put on some like black stuff that I already have, so like a black tank top and some black shorts that I just pulled out of my closet. And yeah, so I'm going to show you guys my makeup look and my hair look. So I just curled my hair, the curls are falling a bit, and I did my makeup with some little diamonds, a shit ton of highlight if you can't tell, and a smoky eye. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys recreate this look, make sure to tag me or let me know because I'd love to see it. Super easy, don't have to be great at makeup and don't have to spend a shit ton of money on a $90 robe, okay? If you want to, you can, or you can find this at like La Senza, any lingerie store, basically anywhere, but I just decided to go for like the Victoria's Secret one for $10 because why not? Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure if you do to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more looks, another Halloween look coming out this week, and leave me some comments down below. Okay, so let's get right into the video. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm taking some foundation, obviously, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face with my beauty blender. I always use a damp one just because I feel like you get a better application. Right now, I'm using Hello Flawless by Benefit. All the products will be listed down below, so I'm not going to bother saying too many of them. So I feel like that foundation made me look a little bit pale. So now I'm just going to take some MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Foundation, and this is a powder. I'm just going to put that all over my face so I can give myself a little bit more color because I don't know why this foundation is just not looking good on me right now. Next thing that I do is I'm going to take some tape so I can get some clean edges when applying my eyeshadow. I'm just going to put that along where I would usually put my eyeliner on each side. Now I'm just taking some E.L.F primer. I'm going to put that on each of my eyelids because this keeps my eyeshadow looking good for the day and it doesn't crease whenever I use this. So I blend that in with my fingers so that I get an even application and I move on to the eyeshadow. So right now I'm using like a frosty white and I'm putting that over each of my eyelids, basically covering the whole thing up until about the brow bone. I want to get that white really rich. I don't want it to be like too faded. Now I'm taking Blunt by MAC and I'm just going to put this over the crease and towards the brow bone so I can give myself a little bit of color so I get like that even blend. And I also bring it all the way in towards my eyelids. Now I'm taking a dark silver and I'm putting that towards the middle of my eyelids. So from the bottom up, just all throughout the middle. So now I'm choosing 2 black colors. One is from a Coastal Scents palette, one from an Urban Decay palette. One's matte and one's shimmer. So I'm using the matte one right now. It's a little bit lighter and I'm just kind of adding it to the crease and like the outer C, outer V, whatever you call it. And I'm fading it out, but I'm also keeping it kind of sharp so I get like that intense look. I'm also applying it to the inner corner of my eye as well and the outer corner, just so I get like a really even look. So now I'm taking the darker black, which is the shimmered one in the Urban Decay palette, and just adding a little bit more black at the edge of my eye. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing on the other eye. So if you want to be a little bold, you can add some pink. I'm adding a tiny bit, like you hardly even see it. It's just the same pink of the color of my robe, so I'm putting it towards like the black and silver where they meet. And now that the eyeshadow's done, I'm just going to peel the tape off, which is just oddly satisfying for me, and I'm just going to clean up the foundation underneath using my beauty blender because now you can kind of see where the tape marks are. So I don't have to add any product to the blender, I just buff it out and it's fine. Now I'm just going to do a sharp black wing on either eye. I'm trying to line it up where like the tape ended, so I get like a really sharp, clean line. Adding some Demi wispies and putting some mascara to blend them in with my natural lashes. Onto the brows, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills dark brown, and I'm just going to do a simple but dark brow look. And contouring, I'm using my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color medium beige, and I'm going to blend that out with my beauty blender. And I just applied it to the high points of my face. I didn't show myself applying it because I have so many tutorials where I do this, so check out my other makeup tutorials if you want to see that like in depth. So now I'm adding my Sacha Cosmetics setting powder in the shade Buttercup. I have a tutorial on this if you want to know how to use it. Check that out. If not, just watch this. It's pretty much the same technique. I'm putting it in all the spots where I put the LA Girl Pro Conceal. Number 1, because it looks a little bit ashy, and this gives it some color. And number 2, because it really sets the concealer so it doesn't crease and it just looks really flawless. So now, of course, if you've ever baked before, you know that you let it sit for 5 minutes. So I'm just going to chill here while it sits, and then I'm going to wipe it off. So I use the pressure on my brush lightly so that I don't just kind of kick it right into my face. I just like to swipe it off. So now I'm taking my dark Shea Moisture foundation, and it's kind of old. I don't know if you saw that, but that was really gross. So I'm going to shake it up. Make sure you do that so you don't get a bunch of oil. And I apply it with my Real Techniques stippling brush just along my cheekbones so I can get like a really chiseled look. I do this on either side, and then of course I take my beauty blender once again and I just buff it out and blend it until it looks really flawless. If it looks too intense, don't worry. I'm going to blend it out in a little bit. And I'm also going to use another product on top, which is something that I use in every single makeup video that I have, which is Blunt by MAC. So that I have right here. I'm just buffing it out because it was looking a little harsh. And now I'm going to blend that out with just like a brush that has nothing on it, just to make sure that there's no chiseled or like harsh edges. So now that my contour is done, I'm going to move on to my blush. And I'm using a light baby pink, sort of the same color of my robe. And I'm just putting that along my cheekbones and the apples of my cheeks. Now my favorite part, I'm doing my highlighter. I recently just got this Coastal Scents brush that I love, and honestly it applies my highlighter so perfectly. So I'm putting a lot on because I want that glowy look that you'd have when you're on a runway, just like the Victoria's Secret angels would have. So I put it all along the high points of my face, a bunch of my nose, and my Cupid's bow. Now I'm just cleaning up my brows using my LA Girl Pro Conceal once again. And I just do that and I blend it out with my finger. So now I'm taking my glow kit once again, and I'm using this brush to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. It just makes my eyes look a little bit more intense and brighter, so I usually do this. So now on to my favorite part. I'm taking some rhinestones, which I got at the dollar store. They're sticky, but I'm going to add some glue and use some tweezers so I get a really good application. I'm lining it up against my wing so it's the same length, and I'm applying the glue so that it sticks all night. And I did this last year. They didn't come off at all, so now I'm just carefully applying them, and I'm making sure that I have the same amount of jewels on each side of my eye. So I have 4 here. You can do as many as you want. But yeah, it just takes a couple seconds to dry and then you're good to go. So this is what it looks like with the jewels placed, and this is the eye itself. Now I'm taking my glow kit again and highlighting my brow bones. Don't worry, I blended it better after, but that was off camera. And I'm just going to add some more to my nose and my Cupid's bow. Now I'm taking my ColourPop in the shade Bumble, applying that to my lips. And I'm going to give myself a little ombre effect by taking my Kylie lip kit in Candy and putting that in the middle of my lips using this brush here because I don't want to fuck up my wand. Pay too much money for that. So now I'm moving on to my hair. I'm basically just curling the top and the front, but I'm not going to go too in depth into that because I think you guys know how to curl your hair. If you don't, then let me know and I'll do a tutorial on how to do it with a straightener. But yeah, I'm just doing some really loose wavy curls, and I'm basically just moving towards like the front, but not really underneath. So yeah, it just takes about 10 minutes really. And I flip out the bangs to give myself like that supermodel look, because I feel like a lot of models do that. They like flip out their bangs and they have it like more on one side. So I'm just really focusing on the front pieces. You can also use a curling iron. I just prefer the look with a straightener and it's easier with my hair. So this is the finished look. And now I'm going to show you guys what it looks like with the knee-high boots. You guys can add wings if you want. I broke mine last year. But yeah, you can get them at the dollar store. I'm adding some more highlights so I can shine, and this is the final look. So that is the finished look. I hope you guys could easily follow along, and I hope you guys can find some of this stuff for relatively cheap. If not, I guess go for the Victoria's Secret one, but I'm a little cheap, so I went for the $10 one. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more Halloween looks, subscribe for more makeup looks, more Zodiac, more story times.